have two karaoke programs this year, and we will actually appointed by P.B. Skin. He will not, well, he nominated himself that he will be the golf team captain, and I will provide prizes. We will host 2 golf games this year, throughout the year, so one in the first half and one in the second half, I presume. And we will probably host 1 or 2 bowling games. So just a variety of events for everyone to consider to participate.
So that sounds like we have lots of benefits and activity. But anyway, the core for the club, actually, fellowship is the most important. That's what I learned from the Rotary for the last 30 years. So our team, we try our best to work or cooperate with the president or the committee. Thank you.
Thank you, PDG. The next one, program.
For the program this year, instead of assigning one chairperson, because I think that usually puts a lot of pressure on that person. He or she has to organize and and invite everyone to invite speakers to our club. Instead, we discuss and assign the program into 4 different months. And basically let it roll over. And so each one of these Rotarians are in charge of 1 month. For example, this month is life, right? This month is life, and next month will be fertile. And as you know, that they are all very well connected. And instead of assigning them 3 months in one at once in a lump sum, I try to separate them into sequences, so we won't get the same speakers or same specific field of speakers. For example, we all know Fertile has a lot of extensive connections in the medical or healthcare field. We're not going to get 12 doctors in 3 months. Instead, we get 3 or 4 every 3 months, every 4 months. So a combination of try to make a more different variety for our speakers as well. And we have planned all the way probably till December for this year, for first half of this year's speaker pretty much already. So if you have prospective speakers you think who may be a suitable speaker for our club, please talk to Janine or talk to me or talk to any of our program leaders this year.
Thank you. Next, attendance. PD Pat. PD Pat.
Yes,
please.
Angry. Oh, I just arrived.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, I just arrived. And of course, I must report the attendance rate. You rather attend just as me. I even as soon as I can, but I still will come before is Cornell here. I and Cornell is the last coming person because very, very busy, but I will do my best. And if you miss the attendance, please make up the third one, 100%. How to get it? You can go email and find e-club and check something right down. It's very easy. About 15 minutes. No more than 30 minutes, you can finish the makeup meeting. Then you again your percentage. It's my experience. I have to say you to do this. That everybody can get 100% attendance rate. That's all. Thank you.
The reason I chose Pat to be the chairperson of attendance is that he pretty much has 100% attendance, according to my memory. So he would try his best, despite his busy schedules, even on weekends, he will try to at least show up and participate. So he's a designated chairperson, but he also has a couple of, Rotarians to be his replacement, but I doubt how often he will need them.
Yeah, we need you, PB Pat.
那个不用搞车祸。
Next, Sergeant On,
那个
PB Sking, would you please?
小鬼是。
Person, hello everyone. In the coming year, I,
下。
Gloria, and Data will team to be the Sergeant around.
当下就给有嘛学。
Gloria, you know what we should do. And Sergeant around, they act like the police. So during the meeting, you should watch everyone taking taking up, okay? And then final, we collect all the donation. So you should persuade, encourage everyone. Yeah. To do more donation for you. And I remember during Simon's term, John do a great job in this position. Every time he tell a dirty joke. But you know, John is such a decent gentleman. The dirty joke from his mouth, like not so dirty or funny. So it really a test for me, you know. A funny joke from my mouth will feel very dirty. Okay, so we will try our best to make all the atmosphere so so easy, so funny. Okay, and then thank you for giving me this opportunity. Okay, thank you.
That is the exact reason I picked PB Skin to be our Sergeant at Arms, because PB John has done a terrific job last year, and well, I'm pretty sure Skin will surprise us and will excel in that field as well.
Okay, next, the spouse program. Mr. Lu, would you please?
Previously, I think we usually only have about 20 to 30,000 budget for spouse program. And Sophia had a few ideas of some of the events to organize, and I said, well, I'll try to support by bumping it up to 50,000. And last week, my father-in-law boosted to 70,000. So yeah, and the only thing I can say is I'll make sure that the money is well spent, and we'll split it all as well instead of just taking my father-in-law's money as donation. So we'll I think the first event is a baking class coming up in August. She has visited the bakery already, and she's been in touch with Acho's Fire's wife, Acho, and Jimmy, and related to some of the events they want to, informal parties they want to have. We'll keep everybody posted, and I'll try to see. Maybe some of the events are for both husband and wife, and some of the events are probably less interested for us. I'm not sure how many of the men here are interested in baking classes.
Sounds this year our program will be very interesting. Okay, next is member committee chairman, Robin.
Yes, it is my honor to in charge for the membership committee this year. And thanks, Chris. As usual, we have had several divided several parts. The first classification, Sam in charge for that, and Ed in charge for the membership, and the most important, Aaron and John, they're in charge of the membership development. Every one of you will get an incentive of 3,000 NT. If you introduce a new member to our club, you can get it. And you're in charge for the star committee, and will let a new member can easy to the members of our club. And the last members, the Rotary information, of course, we ask Shumi, because she was the assistant government, so she is quite suitable for this job. Thank you. This is my report.
Thank you, Robin. Should we have, Yuya, would you please to come up? Oh, there.
Just mention.
Oh, hang on, so we don't- Should we skip? Or is it, any?
You're not here.
I have a new friend.
You're not here.
Is there anything you want to add on, or?
Sure. The budget.
I heard that you got 2 members to introduce this year.
Good afternoon, President Lu, and all distinguished Rotarians. Actually, yesterday I prepared some information. I asked our Secretary Anne told me that President Lu has prepared that information too. So I suppose Lu, you will report about our member chart. You just reported. You just down. Yeah, we are prepared the same now. Yeah. So President Lu has reported maybe nothing to report. But anyway, membership development is very, very important, especially for our Rotary Club. And as I know, in Rotary International, we have 45 members registered， 有45位登记在 RI 的这个正式记录里面。But including 1 family member and 4 spouse members and sorry, 8 spouse members and 4 members they are temporary leave 请假，有4位请假 and also 2 members they although they pay all the charges but they didn't show up 有2位他们照样缴费，但是一直都没有出席。So actually the activity member is only 30, I think. So I think it's for our club is not strong enough. So we should have a new member join our club. And this year, I hope my target. I hope if President Lu agrees, my target I hope to be have 5 members because last year Simon 4 and we plus 1 better than 7, right? 5 members, new member, and I think this job is very difficult for us. And I hope every member can introduce your friend, no matter how you know they are suitable for our club. But anyway, always the members' quality is most important than quantity. It's our policy, you know. If you know any person who are like or suitable to join us, please tell me. Thank you.
Thank you, Pierre. Euro, would you please, is there any information you want to add on? Okay.
If I may, I asked Euro to host to be this year's STAR committee chairperson, and the first STAR meeting we will be organized. He has invited PBGs to be the lecturer for that meeting. Will be held on August 16th. Because on August 15th, we had a joint, A2 joint meeting. So we will not have a regular meeting on August 16th. On August 16th, instead, we will have a STAR meeting for those Rotarians who are used to having Rotary Club events on Thursday. Feel free to join. Let us know once we pick the venue, and we'll let you know, and just sign up with us, and you're very welcome to join. Thank you.
Okay, next, come up with the very important project, surveys project committee, and then we have Chairman Steele, Amy Steele.
President Lu and fellow tenants. This year, the three committees altogether budget about 430,000, not including the fire. They have this private club also like 50,000 altogether. So as the main projects this year, we actually bought quite a few private school and government organizations. But I'll leave all the details to the chair to report to you.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you, President Lu, giving me the chance to try to know more about our inner service, this club. We have many projects organized in advance, so thank you, President Lu, thank you, Steele, PP Fire. I have a strong backup. First that we're going to do is we are going to help those member school to review their library. Then we wanted to offer more books in English to give students there more English knowledge. That's the first thing we're going to do this year. And the second thing is that thanks Joey, thank you. He can represent us to go to the Guai Guoxiao to use his own vacation to do some English class to teach those lovely students. So shall we give Joey a and the next one, and thanks President Lu that we're gonna donate some very important rescue equipment geared to our fire department, especially the 7th Division. That department just located in outside of our science museum. So that's the very important part of this year's plan. Next. And the last, we are still going to keep rolling the Children of Rotary, and underscore President Lu is still at Big Fire. We are going to sponsor these 3 Children of Rotary this year. And the last, we have a global grant project. We are going to still support the Soto Bulo to support their drinking water. So this mainly the community service this year. Thank you.
靠拢我一下，我是两个老师，address，
If I may add,
无论现在电话应该 email，
you know, at,
你家己 email 嘛。
at our very first pre-board meeting, I talked to our board members. I said, this is our 30th charter. It's supposed to be a big year, not in terms of number. So I asked them, I said, do you guys want to do a big project? But usually, big project requires a lot of work and may also experience a lot of conflicts, which is not necessarily the best thing for our club. And instead, I think thanks to SM and Steel and many board members, we have quite a few variety of projects, which is quite nice. I think it gives our members a different or more opportunity to participate. Pick the ones you think you may be interested in, and the ones you have time and availability to participate in. It doesn't require that much work. Most of the work will be taken care of by that committee and the chairpersons. So feel free to participate in any of those community projects when you're available. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, may we have PD Juice to come up to introduce the Vocational Service Committee.
Thank you. As I was also appointed to be the chairperson of the Vocational Service Committee. Normally, as I remember, we all normally there are one vocational visit. But somehow this year, when PP still appoint me to be the chairperson, I think I try to do some different. Normally we visit manufacturing company or some members organization, but I think we might can have some softer roles in India. So I targeted the National Opera House. You might be wondering, because all or at least most of our members, including spouse, been to the Opera House several times or many times. Why we need to visit? But I position in some different. We're not going there to see some show, but I contact with the National Taichung Opera House. I asked them to prepare some, more knowledge or statistic or the how they operate the opera house, and also I asked them to prepare some backstage visiting. Normally you can see, the stage, but more rare to see the backstage. 就是我要求去看一些后台的这些背后的东西哈。So anyway, we will visit the date already set, the October the 4th. Our regular meeting time, not far from here, and they will prepare a lunch pass. And I actually said we can pay. I asked them to prepare the order some lunch pass. I said we can pay the meal charge, but they are very generous. They say they will pay. So I think I make it's a small donation, 10,000 donation. So when you hear that, until we have budget 20,000, but you only use 10,000, so we need one more visit. So that's why we plan our second visit should be already set a date next year. 2019, right? March 7, 这是3月7号, and we will visit a more medical high-tech company called 易泰科技 in Taichung Industrial Park. Not from here. So this year, for 20,000 budget, we'll do twice. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Very efficient preparation. Next, then we have Ennis to introduce the international service.
Hello, and welcome members. We have planned this year. We have the international service. We have collaboration with the National Science Museum. This is the one-day rule, and our members discuss with the national. And the real plan is on next. And this November 17, 18, and 24, 25, 8, and 1, and 28. And we have the location is the National Museum of the Natural Science. And we have the field and at about 12 o'clock p.m. And have the all project is the new immigration. We have a very important part in Taiwan. I'm working for many years and I have about 10% in the immigration. How to discuss with her and tell the people currently with the new immigration is very important. Okay, next. Next we have the two plans. Okay, next. We have the 2 days and 1 night. We have the National Museum, a lot of the museum. One is the earthquake, 2 is the Kelong Fort, the previous park. Science is the Fenghuang Bird Park, and we have the new immigration for 1 day, and the night we have to see the Yingguozhong. Why is April? Because Yingguozhong is April, only 2 weeks this year. So I want everybody member to join with new immigration, to discuss with the new immigration and help them. If you have any question, you can tell them and have the idea. And the project is 100,000, a lot of. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, let me actually we boost that up to 120,000 because I think they will incur some extra expenses. I think 100,000 is a little bit tight, especially if we include the travel. Our theme for international service this year is actually our service towards the new Taiwanese, the immigrants. Whether you're from, we usually consider them from the US or from Canadians, but we also have a lot of immigrants coming from Southeast Asia, and they are also becoming part of the important element of our society. And this is a continuous project that's been done by Science Museum, and thanks to Inez and Jolene who raised our attention and brought this this interesting idea of cooperating with the National Science Museum. First project is very simple. All you have to do is try to show up on the 17th, 18th, or 24th, 25th. They will have this film festival, and the theme will be basically the new immigrants related. All you have to do is try to participate, go there and watch a movie. And if you have foreign helpers or foreign friends, and invite them and bring them along, and basically we'll have a little 30-minute, an hour of conversation or chat to mingle after the movie and explain and discuss a little bit about the film. So first project is very simple. The second project is basically we're sponsoring them to do a trip, to do an outing trip. And we haven't really confirmed whether our group should organize a outing, because it's really close to Taichung. It's in Xihou. It's really close. We haven't really finalized whether we're going to go over there with them all together, or we go on a different. We just sponsor and we take another trip on our own. We haven't really confirmed the details because that will also depending on how many people sign up for that trip and how much budget we can allocate for this year's outing. Okay.
Thank you. Next, may we have the app to talk about the international service of
Global grant.
global grant?
Thank you. And we have community service. We have attended a global grant project with RC Shizhen. But we have our own, another global grant project. We joined the RC Omok in the Philippines. They have a very unique global grant project. They are going to buy a phrase. That means 血液透析机做输血用的。在台湾 in Taiwan, it's very ordinary and everywhere there are phrases for blood transfusion. It's very common. But in the Philippines, as the Rotarian in Omok, they told me that in the whole province, they don't have a phrases, no transfusion machine for them. So they are going to buy a phrases machine for transfusion the first time. And I think it's very good. So I encourage our new president to involve in this project. So not only our club, we will donate $1,000 for this project. We also invited 西区社 and the 市政社. You know that we have attended 市政社's global grant project. In return, they were joined our global grant project too. So our RC 大同市政 RC 市政 RC 西区 RC 大屯 and altogether we have at least 4 clubs to join this project in Taiwan. And I myself will be a co-house spirit, and the money will designated for this global grant. And if any one of you would like to join for the donation to this global grant project, you can be a co-house again. And then the money, $1,000 will go to the global grant project to buy a transfusion machine too. Thank you for your help. Thank you.
Anything additional comment? Okay, next is the new committee of our
this is a new committee assigned by district, and they particularly request us to add it into our work plan and what we call it, and I'm not even sure if this is a temporary or a long-term committee that will continue to exist, in the future. So I asked Jamie to say, well, why don't we just take care of the chairperson role and pass her information? All we have to do is pretty much try to encourage and share with him some of the information will be organized by the district this year.
Thank you. Next, the new generation service, where we have in the air to introduce. Okay. Then we have PP still.
My job this year regarding the internet club, two goals. First is bringing back on the right track. Because in the past years, I think we sort of losing the connection of it, and I think just realized that the meeting was one in the way as expected. So, especially this year, they have new advisors and new principal of the school. Only to be more involved with the regular meeting, the operation of the club. And the other one is more closely with our community service project. Get to know how to run the business. So the total budget is about 35,500. The 15,000 actually is for their club of operation and charter ceremony, and the other 20,000 is more like district convention and seminar type of responsibility, such as the White House work.
This matter, the new generation service, I think we send 4 meeting reports to our members. I don't know if we ever officially announce and report to all our members. We had a Voter Act Club, and it's been about 5 years. And we had more than one meeting, numerous meetings with their team members, board members last year. And they have concluded that they will terminate, not just suspend, they will terminate the operation of this Voter Act Club. And we have offered to help in terms of monetary support or in terms of providing them with meeting speakers and activities. But they have decided to officially terminate the operation of this Voter Act Club. So we will, and it's been submitted to our joint board meetings. So we will officially basically report it to RI and make necessary modification on the RS system.
Thank you. The next, I think Mike is not here. Lu, would you please assist too?
Actually, I was going to have a question. What we should do with this? But I think maybe we'll count as some, because we're never really that outgoing with our public relations. We don't usually try to promote that much, but I think maybe steps we post on the internet or Facebook on the account. So we have very limited budget for this event. But yeah, and I checked with Mike, and he said, "Don't think about it. See if he can somewhat promote us in the future."
Thank you. Next, Internet Committee, we have Joy. He has no clue.
He has no clue. I want to invite him up and say whatever he wants. Come on the stage. Come on,
Go. Anything. Doesn't have to be this related.
Anything. Okay, I'll try to help him to be a cool 小编 for our Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're pretty much done with our work plan. And Lu, is there any additional comment? No? Okay, next. Attendance report. Then we have Pat.
Okay, today's attendance rate, we have a Rotarian 23 members. And tell me, +1, Kathy. Who is Kathy? I don't know. Kathy. You okay today? Kathy is no? Kathy. Oh,你讲 kiss 我讲说 Kathy 我我戏嘛，当作是睡过女嘛。Okay, we have 23 members only. No visiting Rotarian, no guests. Total attendance rate is 72%. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Next, Surgeon, we have TBC.
Hello everyone. Maybe just the first time or regular meeting. We have only 2 donations, so still better than nothing, right? The first one from Ed, congratulations to Person Lu and all your wonderful team. 好的开始已经成功一半。Let's all be the inspiration. 大家一起努力，使台湾更好，扶轮社更好。Thank you, Ed. And the second one from our Person Lu. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you for this game. Okay, on July 19, we will have a Midas Touch in Modern Days, which is a speech by Huang Ying, Tong Qiansheng. So, all the members, would you please show up? And meeting adjourned. Okay,
2 down, 50 more to go. Thank you all.